What's up? It's the Brunch Breakdown. Didi out here in Los Angeles. Chris and Dan are in Pittsburgh. Today we have a packed menu, so I'm not going to waste your time with a cold open. Today we're going to be talking about one of us, actually two of us on this podcast, live in one of the most loneliest cities in the United States. We're going to talk about that. We've got Subway making everything a foot long. Flavortown Festival has just announced their headliners. We've got the weirdest things we saw on the internet this week. And of course, whatever else is on our minds. We've got beer, we've got music, we've got a lot going on. Dan, let everybody know where they can find us.
Absolutely. Anywhere podcasts are available, you can find the Brunch Breakdown. We release new episodes every Wednesday, every week. On Wednesday, new episodes coming your way. As long as you're hitting follow or you're hitting subscribe or whatever they call it, wherever you like listening to podcasts, the episode's going to come right to you. Okay? Don't have to wait around. Don't have to look for it. Boom. Right there on your device, on your tablet. Take it with you on the go. We're always here for you each and every Wednesday. Full video episodes, like we always mention. Video is going to be key today. I think there's going to be some interesting things visually that you might want to get your eyes on. You can check that out on our YouTube page, on our Facebook page. They debut at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, also on Wednesday, and on Spotify. Again, new to video on Spotify, but we're there. We're there, people. You don't have to find it in any other different place, too. You're already listening on Spotify. Video is right there. Same player, same place. Just giving you more of us. What else could you want there? And we're everywhere on social media as well. Facebook, X, Instagram, Treads. Why do we keep calling it Treads?
We don't
Why do I keep
calling
saying
it
that?
Treads, Dan. That's a you issue. That is a you issue.
Yes, that is not a us thing. That is not a whole nation. That is not a everybody thing. That is a you thing.
It is. That's me. Threads. Because it's weird. Threads, Triller. Because it's. I need to separate those two. That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking ahead to Triller.
Put something in the
Triller.
middle.
TikTok. Yeah. That's where the brunch bites are. Okay, people. We'll give you little weekly bites of, in case you missed an episode, some of the highlights of each and every week. And of course, what we are listening to. We give you music each and every week. We put it into a beautiful little playlist. We call it the Sounds of Brunch, and we update that on Spotify each and every Friday.
Beautiful. And speaking of visuals, Chris, what are you eating?
Oh, bro. All right. So I'm finishing up a Honeycrisp apple, and then I got a nice little berry fruit bowl going on over here, boys. So starting the day with a nice, nice
little fruit potpourri.
A bowl of fiber. That's what we're starting the day with.
Beautiful.
Well, potpourri. How about that?
Well, it's time to get random topics off our chest. And if that wasn't random enough, Chris, what's on your mind, sir?
Let's continue with random here, boys. Is that okay with you?
Love it.
Please, nothing more.
I would like us to officially declare, acknowledge, determine pickleball is not a sport. Okay? And I need people to, like, I'm all for physical activity. I'm all for you getting out there, like, gamifying your activity so that you can have fun while moving and improve your health. I think it's all great. I'm not telling people to not play pickleball. I'm just trying to say, stop expecting me to act impressed that, like, you won your pickleball league. Pickleball, by definition, was a sport designed for senior citizens to get more active, okay? It's not a sport that's impressive to be good at. It's just not. I'm happy that you're playing it. I'm happy that you like it. I'm not telling you to not do it, but, like, it's not a real sport. And, like, there are other activities like that out there. Like, we have a friend that throws axes, right? Axe throwing. We have several friends that do that. They don't make it out like they're, like, Olympic trialing this shit. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like, this is the fun activity that I do and I like it and I'm good at it and that's fun. They're not, like, posting themselves standing on a podium at the top because they won their pickleball. They're just not doing it. So, like, pickleball players, let's just tone it down a little bit. All right? Pickleball is not a sport. It is a retirement activity. Thank you for your time.
Listen, you say this, but you know that, like, cheerleading and breakdancing have been added to the Olympics.
Yeah. Flag football
also added to the Olympics. Just
is pickleball's not in the Olympics? Is it? It's kind of crazy. It's not. It will be.
I don't think we should use sports in the Olympics as, like, the bar here because there's
Not anymore.
equestrian. There's equestrian and the horse does all the work in that one. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's not that's not a great indicator.
I'm not putting horse hunt.
Like, what is it? Is it what is the skiing one? Cross country skiing where they like ski and then get down and shoot something.
Yeah.
And then...
What is that? That's more of a sport than pickleball. I'll tell you that much, but that's a long one to watch.
Yeah.
God, it's the most fascinating winter sport. I love it so much. Like I make sure I know when it's on at 2 a.m. or whatever, and I'm watching it.
What country is that one relevant in? like, where are they like, yeah, oh, this is our shit, you know? Like,
it's like Norway and Sweden. They like dominate it. Everybody else is just there to participate.
Yeah.
It's like they're like an American finished in like 8th, and they were like celebrating like they won the gold medal last like 2 years ago. It was like crazy.
Have you ever seen like West Virginia's won the last like 17 NCAA championships for riflery or whatever it's called? Like, okay, no, because nobody else is doing it. So just like shut up about it.
I love it. It's an Olympics year, 2024 Paris.
Yes,
Let's go, a couple months away, baby. Oh, I can't wait for Olympics brunch parts 1 through 5.
Oh God. All right, Dan, get it off your chest.
Yeah, Dan, good to be with you. I'm going to keep this very simple for me this week. Stop trying to sell me Girl Scout cookies at work on behalf of your niece or your daughter or your granddaughter or whoever. Stop. Absolutely. Just stop it. An end to this. This has to stop right now. It's getting out of hand. Stop mooching off your coworkers. It's defeating the entire purpose. Everybody acts like Girl Scout cookies are suddenly so hard to find and so hard to get. Like, hey, I got my niece a Girl Scout. Yeah, I know you like those Thin Mints. I know you like them. I can hook you up. Like, with the internet, it's not hard to do this anymore at all. Or just go to a grocery store. They're there. They're there. They're always standing out front. They're there. So I don't need you walking from office to office or sending out an email to the entire staff. These things have happened to me, by the way. This isn't me making up this scenario. This is happening. It's happening actively at work. Saying, I'm selling Girl Scout cookies for my niece or my daughter. Most businesses don't allow solicitation. And so I don't need you soliciting within the office either. Okay. I'm going to just put that sign up at my office door. No solicitation right in the front there. Okay. I get that the money helps the troop, but like part of the idea, I think, right, is to let like the future females grow and learn how to sell it themselves and not just like do it through their families to make the most money. Is that what Girl Scout cookies have become? I mean, over $5 a box, maybe it has, but I love Girl Scout cookies. I do. I buy them from my niece every year, but I don't go around selling them for her at my place of work. So it's enough. Put an end to it. I had to get it off my chest this week.
You're the worst.
No, these people are the worst. Come on.
Let people sell their Girl Scout cookies however they want to.
The girls can sell the Girl Scout cookies. I don't need adults selling Girl Scout cookies.
Bro, I'm just like,
I'm getting that sign. I'm putting that sign up tomorrow.
I'm just jealous of the fact that like kids have it so easy to sell these days. I'll admit. So like in marching band, we sold hoagies. I remember in middle school, we also did stuff for like MS. And I remember walking from house to house. And like now with social media, you don't have to do that anymore. And like, I mean, you guys know me. I'm really good at being social with people that I like. I'm not a big like cold call, knock on a stranger's door type of person. So that gave me so much anxiety as a kid. Like, oh, I have to sell this stuff and I have to go talk to strangers and like knock on people. Like, I hated that. Would have loved like a simple Facebook post. So I'm very jealous of how easy kids have it these days. But
Joe Corby's pizzas. Joe Corby's pizzas. We sold those. We sold wrapping paper.
Wrapping
crazy.
Paper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I much like the thing that annoys me the most is when someone hands you the big ass like booklet at Christmas time that has like all the stuff that you don't want, like the ham and like the whatever, the pepperoni sticks and all that shit that you just like, I don't want any of that stuff. Nobody
5
wants
pound
any
bag of mixed
stuff.
nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like nobody wants any of that stuff. So you're like literally just like, you just check the box and you're just like, here, just tell me when I owe you money, like whatever. You want none of that stuff. At least with Girl Scout cookies, when someone comes to you, you actually do want it. You might be annoyed,
True.
but you do want the tag-alongs or the Thin Mints or whatever it is. You just want them. So
Yeah.
leave the people alone.
Those big long check boxes, and you're like, what's the cheapest thing on here? And you just like check it.
Yeah, dude.
And 3 months later, you're like, oh no, why did it?
The reason why it's the cheapest.
Yeah.
Dan, does your
100%.
niece go door to door, or is your niece taking advantage of these situations too?
That's a good question. I don't know. Because I just get an email from her.
She's okay, so she does it too.
So, but I don't think her mother is my sister is going around her workplace. Girl Scout cookies? My daughter's selling them. No, get out of here. She's not doing that. And if she is, and she's listening right now, stop it. You stop it. Have some class.
All right, guys. There are a bunch of ways I could go this week, but I'm just gonna save it. I was gonna talk about Disney vacations, but I'm gonna leave that one out for a second.
I got one coming up, man.
You need some. That one needs some time. It sounds like that one needs some time.
Wouldn't be more of it. It'd be more of a too late for you, Chris. It's my too late. But I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. I'll save that for another day. Because something happened to me that hit me hard this week. So I sit down, I'm like, I can't wait to watch this college basketball game. First time this year I've sat down and watched a college basketball game. South Carolina, LSU women's college basketball. Super hyped. Game lived up to the hype. It's freaking awesome. It was incredible. And I'm watching it, and Saoirse sits up next to me and she goes, oh man, I'm going to be out there one day. And I'm like, yeah, you will. And so like, whatever. So basically everyone turns into Saoirse. So Angel Reese, she scores, that's Saoirse. Haley Von Lith, she scores, that's Saoirse. Everybody who's playing on LSU's team, on South Carolina's team, I'm just like, that's my daughter. She's going to be out there playing for Dawn Staley. It's going to be incredible. I'm watching it. It's amazing. And then I think it's in like the fourth quarter, getting late, things tight. I'm like super into the game. And then Saoirse goes, she goes, Mom, I'm going to be out there. And then she goes, yeah. And she goes, yep. It's like, yeah, I can't wait. The purple pom-poms. They have purple pom-poms. I'm going to be out there with them. And I'm like,
oh no.
Oh man.
You want to talk about just your heart sinking. And I have there's nothing wrong with cheerleading, no beef with cheerleaders. But at this moment, I had just dreams of my daughter being out there on ESPN playing basketball and just breaking girls. And then it died. It just died. And honestly, died like. And I told Siobhan this like after the kids went to sleep, and she couldn't stop laughing. Then she then went on to tell everyone at work that this happened. She hits me up at like noon the next day and goes, hey, you remember whenever you thought Saoirse was going to be this basketball star, but really she was talking about being a cheerleader? And I was like, I'm still hurt. I'm still hurt now telling you guys this story. This is no joke. And again, no beef to cheerleaders, but I'm telling you, when you think one thing and then they just full turn on you, it hurts.
Didi,
it hurts.
Didi, this needs to be a wake-up call for you. Okay. I'll be honest with you. Like, we're going to the pool later today, and this thought crossed through my head already today. That like, if Didi would see my daughter swimming in the pool, he would immediately think like Olympics. And like, I think like you need to, from this experience, maybe tweak the mindset a little bit, my friend. Like you are so desperately trying to find an Olympian that now it's breaking you.
It's true. It's ironic you say that, Chris, because we could go back in the history of this group text between the three of us, and there are a good number of videos of one of Didi's children with the tagline "Future Olympian," 2038, here we come.
Yeah.
He's been leading up to it.
Like
So,
a somersault. And it's like,
yeah. So I imagine this was tough
Olympics.
for you, Didi. I imagine this was tough. This was a tough moment for you.
Listen, you guys just don't understand. And speaking of the pool, dude, telling you, if you see Saoirse, the way that she freaking comes off the wall, dude, I'm like,
no, see, you're doing it again. You're doing it
the
again.
water.
Katie Ledecky.
Dude, I'm telling you, you see it. Like, just, man.
I would love, can I spend the summer with you watching the Olympics with your daughter just to see who she identifies as who she wants to be from sport to sport? Would love that. And just to feel your reaction, just to be in the room in the moment.
Listen, I just, at that moment, it was the first time, because the thing is, I talk to you guys about this stuff because that's what's going through my brain, because I'm not trying to be one of those sports parents. So I give all my thoughts to you guys, right?
Smart.
But like, that was the first moment where I was like, oh my gosh, we're doing this. And then we weren't really quick. It was just
purple pom-poms. Gets them every time.
Damn. Yeah. What a roller coaster of emotions. Hey, real quick, on the topic of women's basketball, in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You see the Caitlin Clark court storming thing?
Yeah.
Blocker charge.
Dude. Dude, I'm telling you, the Zipruder film of that shit was
that other angle was not good.
Yeah.
That other angle was not good at all.
I'm calling flop. Flop on that one, man.
Yep.
I think it's a flop.
Yep.
The arms is what gives it away, right? Like, I can understand maybe a collision, but like the arms. Whoa. I don't know, Caitlin.
Yeah. And listen, I am somebody who is pro court storming anytime you get a chance to court storm. If the team you're beating has a ranked number and you don't, or it's lower than yours, go ahead and court storm, guys. Don't care. But I was like, damn, I think that's the end of court storming till saw the second video. So shouts to the person who got the second video and was like, yeah, Ohio State, we are not a bunch of assholes. Fuck you. Here's this video. And freaking, dude, yeah, she full flops. Like, full, like, and she's a 3-point shooter, so like, yeah, like, they know how to flop better than anybody. They always fall whenever they shoot, like, always fall. She knows. Yeah.
Would you have respected her less if she flopped, or if she like put her shoulder into that young lady?
Oh, I wish she would have put her shoulder into her.
Oh, that would have been so awesome.
100%.
Right?
Wish she would have ran her over.
Because you really have two options in that moment. You're pissed that you lost, so are you going to take like the victim route, or are you going to be the aggressor? And like, it looks a lot better. Oh, this is going to sound terrible. I'm so glad I stopped that sentence. Oh my God.
Yeah, let me help you out here. Her way that she styles her game, she's aggressive when she plays. She's a killer. And so in that moment, it was a complete 180. So if she would have put her shoulder into this girl, it'd have been like, yes, there she is.
Yeah.
That's Caitlin Clark, but not a good angle. Not a good angle in that second film.
Thank you. Dan said it better than me. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the flop was a little disappointing, because I just think she's such a badass, and she's out there just talking shit on everybody, hand gestures, like just going in on everybody. And then we get the flop. She should have ran through somebody, which I am also okay for too. If you get in the way of one of the players on the losing team, like, they have the right to just throw you. Like,
take the James Harrison approach.
Yeah.
Take the James Harrison approch.
If
you're out there, anything can happen.
Yeah. If you're in the way, like, get the fuck out of the way. Like, it's really easy. Like, fuck out of the way. So yeah, no, big flop on Caitlin Clark on that one. But yeah, dude, do you know anything going on in men's basketball? Just a little side note. Anything?
Not really.
UConn's number one. No, I know more about the women's game than I do about the men's game. Honestly,
dude, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about men's basketball other than that big dude is still at Purdue, which just shows me how bad of an NBA prospect he must be. That's all I got.
He's been there for like 12 years.
I'm like, you're 7 foot. You were the national player of the year, and you're not in the NBA. How is this possible? That's not how it works. It's just not how it works. Like, yeah. So, but that's all I know about men's college basketball. Women's college basketball is killing. Yeah. So,
for sure.
Shouts to the women, and shouts to my daughter, who will be cheering them on in every year. God damn it. Still hurt. All right, let's get the bruise day. I need one. Guys, Friday was National Spicy Margarita Day. Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know who makes up these rules, but all for it. So I did a little spicy margarita of my own: San Pellegrino, blood orange, and 21 seeds cucumber, jalapeno, tequila, some salt, some lime, all the good stuff that makes good tequila. Did it in my house. It was awesome. So yeah, I don't know. If you're not 21 seeds tequila is really good if you want to have some tequila at your house. I don't know if you drink tequila a lot or if you just want to have it just around. 21 seeds is a good bottle to have. They've got a couple different flavor tequilas, but the cucumber jalapeno is my absolute favorite. So yeah, happy belated National Spicy Margarita Day.
I like that. You could have should have tried replacing that tequila with a little Doritos vodka in there. See how that goes down.
Okay.
Spice up your life. That'll spice up your life.
I'll go next because I didn't try it. Okay. I haven't had it. But
what do you got for us?
My mother and father-in-law were here for a quick trip for my daughter's birthday. And I told my father-in-law, he drinks vodka. So I told him about the Doritos vodka that Dan, you taste tested last week. And I wouldn't say he was grossed out. I wouldn't say that he was like totally into it. It was more of like, I've never seen somebody so confused when I described a type of alcohol before.
Yeah.
He's like, what does it taste like? And I said, well, I haven't tried it, but Dan said it was very cheesy. So, and then you could see like the wheels turning. It's like even more confused. And yeah, I think everybody, even though I think it's a terrible idea, I think everybody actually needs to try that vodka just to understand what the heck is going on. In the flavor palette. Other than that, I'm enjoying a non-alcoholic with you boys today, from Untitled Art, the juicy IPA. But yeah, I found the Doritos story more interesting.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I'm glad to see that. And words don't do it justice. But just put it that way. And if anybody wants to taste test, come on over. $5 cover charge at the door. And we'll get you in. We'll get you a taste because it's exclusive. Only a handful of people in the world have that thing right now before they re-release it, and then anybody can have it. Let's see. For me, this weekend, I had a chance to enjoy a lovely hazy IPA from Loneliest Beer. It's actually one of the newer breweries in Pittsburgh. Didi, you've been there. We've been there with you. We had too many when we were there, but we were there. But I got to try their Prismatic hazy IPA. Super smooth, kind of like creamy and citrusy all at once. A little bit of touch of vanilla at the end there, just kind of gave you that a little something different, a little something indifferent in there. So it's just what the doctor ordered. It was a lovely hazy IPA. So Lola does some really nice things. They're big into the IPA game, and this one stood out above the rest. The Prismatic, very cool can design as well. But I had it on draft, so that's why I don't have a visual for you here today. But lovely beer, Loneliest Beer.
Nice. Yeah, Dan, you had too many there.
Yeah,
that's where the party. That's where the rehearsal thing was, right? That's what it was, right? Yeah.
That's where we took a left turn. Then we started mixing liquor and beer, and they have a tremendous smoothie sour, but that's what did it. That's what took it. Took a left turn for me there. Drinking liquor, then go to a smoothie sour. Don't advise. Don't advise.
Well, that is Brews Day, boys. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Well, let's get into the main menu. We have so many things we could get to. And you know the first thing I want to get to? Footlong everything at Subway. Subway is literally not just making the subs foot long. They are making everything foot long. Chris, what is on the screen?
So what we are looking at is Footlong churros, Footlong pretzels, and Footlong chocolate chip cookies at stores nationwide for Subway. Available starting on January 22nd. So right now, while you are listening, these are available. Yeah. And so it's a Footlong chocolate chip cookie, which is $5. They say it's the same taste as their regular chocolate chip cookies. The Cinnabon Footlong churro is $2. and the Auntie Anne's Footlong soft pretzel is $3.
I'm here for this.
Can I just say something right off the bat? It is.
Please.
I can't help but like think when I first saw this story come out about how Subway had previously dug in so hard in the Jared days about how healthy their food is. And now they're like, you know what? People know that by now. Let's show them some of the other stuff on the menu. And Subway still is a great place to get a good high protein, low calorie sub. You gotta be careful with these new options, though. I'll tell you that much, because their Subway's chocolate chip cookies are unbelievable. Like
Legit.
100%.
Unbelievable. I would totally eat a footlong and then get sick afterwards. But yeah, this is interesting, boys. This is interesting.
Like, I love this. Yeah, I think this is great because honestly, because Subway's cookies are good, that's the reason why. Like, I can trust that this is going to be good. I can trust this is going to be soft. It's going to be freaking amazing. But I need the macadamia nut footlong cookie, and I'm going to. If that was there, I'd be at Subway right now. Like, I can hold myself back, but like, I would make a trip to go to Subway not to get a sandwich, but to get the footlong macadamia nut.
Yeah.
That cookie's fire. You're right. And they don't have that. Hopefully yet is the answer to that.
It's definitely the answer. It's 100%
it's gotta be coming.
The answer.
Yeah, that's the answer for this. And that's a big cookie. Yeah, that's a lot of cookie. And I can kind of I respect the fact that we're talking other collaborative brand names here, the likes of Auntie Anne's and Cinnabon, give some legitimacy to these other options as well. So I love this. I mean, why haven't we done the footlong pretzel before? It's so easy to dunk, rather than the traditional pretzel shape where you're ripping it. And this is a one-handed on the go. Are you kidding me? Carnival Eats? That's what this is about. One hand with the pretzel, one hand you're playing the carnival games or something. This is long overdue. Long overdue. And it's fascinating because if they were just doing like the churro and the soft pretzel, we wouldn't be talking about this here in the brunch breakdown. But because they have this oddly shaped footlong cookie, but like both of you mentioned, Subway's chocolate chip cookies are that good. It's the show stealer here. And that's what makes this amazing.
And if you're not watching, the look of the Subway chocolate chip cookie, it actually, like, from top down, it kind of looks like a Subway bun, but it just has like chocolate. Like, that's like the size and the width of it. It's not like skinny like a churro. It has some width to it. So you're getting a lot of chocolate chip cookie here. I like in the article on people.com, they said, what do they say? Testers thought it would be wise to bring the cookie home, top with ice cream, and serve to a dinner party as a big ice cream sundae. I love that idea. I think that would also help me from not eating the entire thing and getting sick to my stomach. So these are probably, at least for the cookie, advisable to share.
I love that idea, and I love your methodology, Chris, taking that and turning it into like a footlong sandwich, an ice cream sandwich. One on top, one on the bottom.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Go there. Hey, throw the churro as a layer on there, and like, let's really get nuts.
Oh man,
let's really get nuts here,
dude. The possibilities with this footlong cookie are kind of endless. Like, man, wow. Dude, shouts to Subway. You did it. I'm talking about Subway in a really long time. Other than, I think I may have complained like last summer about how big the Subway menu is now. So I hadn't been to Subway in forever. And so when I was like on the road for the dance awards, I just like went in the Subway and I was like, wait, why do you have all these menus? What is this keto menu? What is happening here? There's a lot going on in Subway.
Who came up with the numbering system?
Yeah.
It's like, it starts out, you're like 1, 2, 3, and then it's like 33. And you're like,
I'm like, what?
There's not 33 options up there. Why is there a 33? I'm so confused.
I'm like, I literally went into the things like, do you guys still have the Italian BMT? Oh yeah, that's number 28. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like,
sweet.
Cool.
He's like, do you want it Steph Curry style? I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Like, were the names too confusing? They're like, we have to give these things numbers. We can't do it. But
Man,
they're back. This is
they're
impressive, Subway.
Yep. Subway,
Shouts
you're back.
to you.
You're back. Shouts to you. All right. Let's get into if that wasn't weird enough for people, let's get into the weirdest thing we saw this week, guys. Let's get into it. All right. I will get this started. I'm gonna send this to the old group chat. I think it just sent just now. So actually, I probably shouldn't be the one that starts. That was stupid.
I can open it right now. We're good.
Yeah.
Oh, we're good?
Okay.
Yeah. Bring it up right here.
Here we go. Weirdest thing I saw this week, but also the awesomest thing I saw this week. The Lovers and Friends Festival in Las Vegas. This is a one-day festival.
Yeah.
This is a one-day festival. I want to say it again. One day, May 4th, 2024. And it literally has almost every artist who put out a song between 2000 and, I don't know, 2010.
I need to go to this. This is unbelievable.
This is the burn CD of festivals.
This is your hodgepodge, Didi.
Dude,
This is...
like, look at the bottom, the very bottom. And this is where I was like, okay, I see how I think they're going to do this. Because Jaquan, Ayaz
made the cut.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's like, okay,
wow.
So A-Marie performs one thing and then gets off the stage. And then here comes Jaquan. He performs freaking one song, gets off the stage. Ayaz, replay, everybody jams. They're like, he's like, good night, I'm Ayaz. See you later. Like, just, dude, look at this. I'm honestly like, this whole thing is just, it's so, JoJo is on here.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
are we sure
that's
this is
amazing.
real? This almost
it is 100% real, and it is sold out. I think it's the third year they've done this. This is
like
year
a
3.
Prank. This seems like, because I'm reading like Plies, Mims, like these guys are still performing. It seems Jaquan. This is unbelievable,
dude.
And
Harry
it's like
Hilton.
Jason Derulo's not even listed as a headliner. That's how many artists are on this thing.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
He's like in the middle.
Nuts. How is this going to be done in one day? I think to your point, Didi, like one song. Ayaz is there for one song, and it's like, we're out. This is a huge lineup for one day festival.
I just don't. Does it start at 9 a.m.? I don't.
Yeah,
get.
right.
Well, they
I
say
really don't understand.
Lil Wayne is performing the entire Carter 3. Usher's performing the entire Confessions album. So like, that's 2 hours right there. 3 hours right there.
And then you have Backstreet Boys, Gwen Stefani, Nelly Furtado. Like, I just really want to know. It's like, do they have like, okay, so there's going to be several stages, or at least there should be. Is there going to be a one-hit wonder stage? Because that's what I need. If there's a one-hit wonder stage, if that's what I find out, I'm gonna go to Vegas and I'm gonna go to this festival. Because if there's a stage that I can just watch Jaquan, like Jay Holiday, John B, like freaking like I'm just looking at these lists. Lumi D, yeah, Lil Flip. Like I'm just looking at all these people with one hit.
Jeremiah, and I'm like, man, I forgot about him.
Dude,
that I'm a Star song was I love that song so much, but I couldn't tell you anything else he had himself. He was on some stuff.
Well, Birthday. That's Jeremiah, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So he's got 2 songs that he has to perform.
Bump him
at
up.
least 2.
Yeah, he's on the main stage. He's on the main stage.
It's like, where, I'm
Maya.
Like, it's like, what does 98 Degrees set look like? You know? And who does he come after? Who do they come after? So it's like, when do they throw Nick Lachey and them on the stage? Do they throw, like, it would be great if it was like Yin Yang Twins, then 98 Degrees. Like,
man. Dude, and is like Akon gonna be on stage the entire day because he's on everybody else's song?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It should be like featuring special guest rotating headliner Akon.
Dude, my entire selection for the playlist today changed just now.
Yeah, it should. Honestly, it should. Because what the Akon thing is funny because that actually happened one year at Coachella with Migos. Because Migos blew up in between time of like the lineup coming out and like the festival. So it was basically like, hey, you guys just want to show up on every DJ set that entire weekend? And they basically did. So it was like every single set. It was like we watched them perform Bad and Bougie at least 20 times on that weekend because they just popped up every single place. And that's how Akon's going to be at this festival. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Just show up everywhere.
It's ironic you say that. It's a festival like this that's killing festivals like Coachella, whose lineup came out 2 weeks ago and still has not sold out.
No.
This is the longest it's taken in over 10 years to sell out Coachella. And it's because of festivals like this where people of our generation are like, are you kidding me? I'm going to this. As I'm like staring at this poster more and more, it's funny to me, Chris, how you like thought, is this even real? I think from a graphic perspective, that doesn't help that it doesn't look professional. It looks like something that like some club puts together. You know what I mean? It's just some like whack template. And like, what are these colors? And these like, are these butterflies in here? And then there's lions and tigers and gems at the bottom. It's kind of a weird,
when like
looking.
You know when like some athlete will like throw his own birthday party at a club and like print a flyer for it? That's what this is.
Like this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. Also,
it's
how is MIA in like the headliner section? Again, Jason Derulo is like third line down. I'm still offended by that.
See, here's another thing with me. Pretty Ricky being on like the fourth line, or is it the
Way
fifth
deep,
line?
yeah.
I'm like, how are they not on the first? They should be on the bottom line. Like, no offense to Pretty Ricky. Hey, great times to Pretty Ricky songs, but let's be honest here. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Easy. But yeah. Dude, Mace is on here? I didn't even know. Dude, there's a lot going on here. Dude, I just need to know who 98 Degrees comes on after.
That's the biggest question.
That's the biggest question of this whole festival. Who does Nick Lachey come on after? That's all I need to know. Like, is it Pretty Ricky into 98 Degrees? Like, is it like, do we have enough for like a failed like boy band stage? Because that would be fire. All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, that was the weirdest, strangest, awesomest thing that I saw this week. A lot of feels with the Lovers and Friends Festival. What you guys got?
Incredible.
Go for it, Dan. I'll bring yours.
All right, Chris. Well, I sent mine over to you as well, and it won't surprise you folks. You boys are a lot of people that Russell Crowe once again has entered the group chat. He's a phenomenal follow on the X, ladies and gentlemen. And this I saw this week. He's calling it Russell Crowe's indoor garden party. Happening in the Gold Coast of Australia. It happened. This happened this past week. He was promoting it on his Twitter page, and it had me thinking, what the hell is this? And for those of you not looking, it's literally what looks like a very photoshopped image of Russell Crowe center stage, lead singer position, with a guitar, holding his arms in the air, surrounded by a band, and that look at this glory right in the middle there. You're just soaking it all in. And then this photoshopped crowd in front of him with their arms up in jubilation. And I'm like, what is this? And so looking into it more, so Russell Crowe's indoor garden party is a thing, has been a thing for a while. He goes around city to city. He tells stories of film and of song, and he performs with this band called the Gentlemen Barbers and has some special guests along the way that help sing with him. I mean, if you've seen any of Russell Crowe's films, you know the guy can sing. You know that. But like the indoor garden party, if you've ever seen the garden party episode of The Office, you know, this isn't it at all. This isn't close to it at all. So I'm so confused by the name of this. And he goes around from town to town. And I investigated a little further. I looked up a video. You do a simple YouTube search of Russell Crowe's indoor garden party. I mean, this might be worth going to if they come around the States, boys. It might be worth going to. Like this band goes. And I guess they go in different types of venues. And one quote that stuck out to me, to kind of give you something directly from Russell Crowe, He goes, I imagine everyone has a comfy seat. I'll tell more stories. After all, that's what it's about, songs or films. It's always about the story. In the pubs and clubs, we will be putting the foot down. Be putting the foot down in the pubs and the clubs. And he says it's like a mix between R&B, gospel, dirty country songs about murder, dark waltzes, and powerful, inspiring sing-alongs. Should be a good night is the end of that quote from Russell Crowe himself. Boys, this is absolutely the weirdest thing I saw on the internet this week, this year, and in quite some time.
This makes it look like he's trying to start like his own church.
It kind of does, doesn't
This
it?
image, yeah. Like
The image with the smoke and the lights, and he does look like he's up there starting his own church.
this is
An
very
indoor
strange.
garden party kind of gives it that mystique of like, what is that? What does that mean?
But it's clearly working from a marketing perspective because he got you to like Google more about it, and now you want to go.
And now I kind of want to go. Like, the songs are catchy. More on that later in the podcast. I'll just put it that way. But now what I need to find a video of is him kind of telling stories and stuff like that. I'm not sure how quite that's working and that goes. I'm sure the guy has got a lot of good stories. He's not young. He's not a young man.
True.
So it's also a little odd to see him like kind of sweating up there on stage. And how do I put this nicely? You know, he's been through some shit. And he's not a big believer in Olay moisturizing cream, you know, worried about the wrinkles. He's not concerned about that. So it looks like, are you okay, Russell? But it seems entertaining as all hell. And I am down for the indoor garden party. I think we could use a better name, but fascinated by this.
Well, it was so fascinating that Didi lost his internet and he just left.
He did. We just got this update. He dropped out, and we just got an update from him. Damn it. Full Lost Internet. There's a good tour name. The Full Lost Internet Tour.
Let's see. We'll see if he can call in or something. I don't know.
Oh, he's done that before from the car. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Call in. So,
all right. Well, I'll go with mine. I don't have a visual, unfortunately, but it wouldn't be as good as the two that you guys shared because these are insane.
weird.
The weirdest thing, it's really been like a series of the same kind of weird thing over an extended period of time, like over the last week.
Okay.
I just keep seeing on social media, like essentially kids telling adults how easy things are.
Oh, goodness.
Like, I mean, obviously I'm in the fitness industry and I get so angry when I see like a coach who I know is like 22, has no kids, doesn't have any of the responsibility, not married, doesn't own a house, doesn't do, none of that stuff. And they're like, man, I was tired, but like I showed up to the gym today. I still got it in. It's proof that like whatever you're dealing with, just keep showing up. It's like, are you kidding me? Do you have any idea? Like, if you're trying to work with somebody just like you, then yeah, totally. But like the vast majority of people in the world have shit going on. So I don't like, this is just ridiculous. There was another video that went kind of viral of like a girl explaining how like people shouldn't be so stressed out and like parents shouldn't feel like they need to both work because like her parents, one of them stayed at home and everything was fine. And it was like this total lack of like awareness that again,
Yeah.
people have shit going on. And like, do you understand how much life costs as you get older? Obviously this girl didn't. So yeah, mine's basically just kids telling adults how easy shit is with no reality of what's about to happen in life.
Honestly, like
It drives me nuts.
the internet is really a piece of hot garbage sometimes and fairly often. Let's be honest. Too many people on it, too many people sharing opinions. It's literally a theme that we've talked about here since the get-go of the brunch breakdown. But that is infuriating when you have somebody that thinks they know all and are telling everyone, and they think do they actually think it's helping people? Like people are going to look at that and be like, yeah, you know what? If I just put in a little bit of the work, a little bit more time, I can make this happen. No, your world, your life is not my life, and vice versa. And one day it'll hit those people in the face, you hope. And you just wish that there was a video camera there to capture it in that moment.
Yeah, I don't like with the other personal trainers and the fitness thing, like, man, you're just actually pissing people off. You're not like, nobody's impressed, but people are actually angry that you think it's so easy, but whatever.
Right.
Yeah, that's my weirdest thing. And I'm sure that's not going to stop.
No, unfortunately, that's only going to get worse. Well, I don't know where we go from here.
Yeah, what else was on the menu today? Oh, Didi talked about loneliest cities. Do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, we can definitely try to hit that and get through that. I want to pull up this list that he sent us of the reported loneliest cities in America.
Yeah, it says living alone is more common than ever. Nationwide, more than 37 million Americans live alone, representing 29% of U.S. households. And then there's a list of the top 10 loneliest cities. Jesus.
Yeah, of one person households. I'll run them down in order here for everybody. Starting with number 1, Washington, D.C. Number 2, Birmingham, Alabama. Number 3, St. Louis, Missouri. Number 4, Atlanta, Georgia. Number 5, Cleveland, Ohio. Number 6, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as Didi alluded to earlier. Number 7, Cincinnati, Ohio. Number 8, Alexandria, Virginia. Number 9, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And number 10, Richmond, Virginia. Now, what I want to do before we even dive into this, Chris, okay, we all just heard the list. I'm going to read you another list, and I need you to do me a favor. I need you to keep track of how many of the cities I list are also on that list.
Okay.
Okay. So if you have that list of 10 up in front of you from the group chat, I need you to do whatever, count how many cities line up on the list I'm about to give you, and then I'll tell you what the list is. I'm not going to give that to you first. Okay.
All right.
This list: Cleveland, Ohio. That's on there. St. Louis, Missouri. That's on there. Kansas City, Missouri. Okay, I don't remember if that one's on there or not. Detroit, Michigan. Cincinnati, Ohio. On the list. Columbus, Ohio. Hartford, Connecticut. Indianapolis. Philadelphia. Memphis, Tennessee. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Oklahoma City. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Ding. Your hometown, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Louisville, Kentucky. Buffalo, New York. Jacksonville, Florida. Richmond, Virginia. Ding. Virginia Beach / Norfolk, Virginia. And then finishing up this list with Baltimore, which they're also considering Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Baltimore, D.C. area. Birmingham, Alabama. And Chicago, Illinois.
Okay. I count.
How many was that?
I counted
8 out of 10. Now, I gave you a list of 20. Are you curious as to what list I gave you?
Yes.
You're curious as to what that has to do with, okay?
Yes.
The list I gave you is the most affordable cities to purchase a home in the United States. Okay? So I have a real beef with this list being considered the most loneliest cities in America. This is not the most loneliest, these are not the most loneliest cities in America. What this is a list of strong, independent people who are financially stable as single people, single incomes, that they can afford their own house with one income in these cities. It does not mean they're lonely, but these are strong people, financially stable people who actually in their own market can afford a home without a partner.
I've never heard you sound more like a politician than right there. That was unbelievable. I felt like I was hearing like a campaign speech. The other side says that we're lonely. Well, we're not lonely. We're strong. We're united. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, so that does
8 out of
explain it
10?
though. It's like
Yeah.
the reason I'm living by myself here is because it's one of the only places I can live by myself anywhere because houses cost so damn much. That's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm torn on this. Do I think living alone is a problem? Like, kind of. I think like humans are meant to be social creatures, right? And like the way we evolved was through like families and neighborhoods and communities.
Right.
But I also think like you don't need to be you don't need to be punished for living alone. Like this might a lot of those people might be like super young that just haven't like gotten to that phase of life yet where they meet somebody and they have a family, or maybe they're like older, you know? Like this could include people who are divorced or who like, I don't know, are retired. I don't know. Yeah. It's these lists are clickbait basically.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. Cause that's why like you dive deep into it and nowhere do they claim like, oh, affordability has something to do with it. No, which is why I had my counter argument to this entire list. Did I take a little extra personal offense that Pittsburgh was on it? Sure, certainly. But honestly, you're right. There are a number of younger people, Gen Z even, coming on the cusp of being able to purchase their own home and wanting to do it in their 20s, not waiting till they're in their 30s. So naturally, a lot of those people are, deciding to live by themselves and want to settle instead of renting. That's the other thing. The rental market's going the other way in these cities. So don't think that this is just a bunch of lonely people, living with each other. Didi, welcome back. For those that are listening and not watching, he just was able to rejoin us after quite the absence there.
Speaking of being alone, Didi is without Wi-Fi right now. I mean, that's as lonely as it gets.
Trash. Absolute trash. Like I just trash. Just trash.
So
hate the internet. But yeah.
But you had like an interesting take on this lonely graph, didn't you?
Yes, I do. Like, it's interesting. When I looked at it, I laughed because, like, of course, like, all right, DC is number one. We got friends in DC. Like, Pittsburgh's down there. And I'm like, this is funny. But also, like, a lot of it does have to do with, okay, people can't afford houses. So, like, but they cannot. But so it's like this list of cities is like, to me, it's the cities list of people who can't afford houses in those cities, but they can't afford to live by themselves. And I think that is a very big distinction because I live in a city where people can't afford to can't afford to buy houses, but also can't afford to live by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So like, that's where I look at this list. This might be like the most affordable cities list, honestly. Like, are you a young professional?
Dude, we know we lost you for a couple of minutes there, but the exercise that Chris and I had is I listed off, I gave a list of 20 cities. I didn't tell Chris what I was listing. I said, I'm going to give you 20 cities. Count how many of these cities are on that list. And we went through it. 8 out of the 10 cities that I listed were on this top 10 list of loneliest cities, air quotes. The list that I gave was the cities that are most affordable to purchase a home in the United States. 8 out of the 10 were cities most affordable to be able to purchase a home in the United States. So they don't exactly mention that in this, loneliest clickbait article that they actually have the ability. That's why they're doing it, because there are affordable markets where it's actually possible to purchase a home with, one income, and people are just like, they're doing it. And younger people are doing it now more than ever.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I was like, there's a couple ways you can go with this here. Maybe people are lonely in their houses or something, but I don't know.
Now, what's interesting about this, and to our single listeners out there, probably the more fascinating portion of this article, they also list the cities where the most women and men are living in homes by themselves. That's where people should be paying most attention, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? Pittsburgh and Cleveland and DC also on those lists. So that'd be painting it with a little bit of a different picture, wouldn't it now? So
yeah, I honestly couldn't help but
get out of here
notice
with your
that.
lonely garbage.
I couldn't help but
Yeah.
notice that where they were like, oh, but like here, hey, fellas, if you're looking for a lady,
Right.
here's the top 5 places.
They buried that in that article, didn't they?
Yeah, they should have named this something else.
Wait, what are the top 5 places to find? Well, it's not to find women. It's where women are living by themselves.
Top 5 places to find women.
The
Grocery store, club.
The loneliest. Yeah, actually, if you go to grocery stores or clubs in these cities, you will most likely find a woman.
Guaranteed.
Loneliest cities for females: Alexandria, Virginia, Washington, D.C. So those are like the same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Atlanta,
Yeah.
Georgia, St. Louis, Missouri, and Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah. But Ohio represented well. Pittsburgh's on there. Further down, Richmond, Virginia. I mean, hello, ladies. Guys, there's your list. Pack your bags.
Listen, if you're a dude and you're single, like, listen, we got friends. Dude, Slaw, head over to Alexandria, Virginia, and just like knock on someone's door and be like, hey, like, it looks like your yard needs mowed. Well,
Pretend-
don't say
no.
that. Damn it.
Your
Don't say
yard
that.
needs mowing.
Fuck. Don't say that.
Don't use that line.
Don't use that. Oh man, how does this?
No,
Damn it,
pretend.
how does this not? Shit.
I
Pretend
want
you're
Slaw to use that
selling.
line.
Pretend you're selling wrapping paper. Let's deal with that one.
It's like because
I'm
just
selling
trying
Girl
to
Scout
think-
cookies for my niece,
It's
and I also have a puppy with me. That's it. You're gold. You're gold. You go there with your niece, you
Yeah.
know, and you have a puppy. You're walking a puppy. Boys,
ask 'em-
you might have the ring in the other pocket. You're ready to go.
Ask them if they have a room to rent, and then just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And then you can slide in there like you actually do want to cut someone's grass. Don't. I feel like that's where you get in, right? It's like you're just like, hey, like looks like one of your like your shingles are like out of place or something. I can get up there and fix that roof.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're married.
Everything
Works like a
that's
charm.
coming out of Dee Dee's mouth sounds like a euphemism right now. I can't take any of it seriously. Hey, it looks like you got some nice shingles there, huh?
Now, what's important
Damn it,
is
dude.
we at the end of 2023, we did our Spotify Unwrapped episode, where we went through our Spotify Unwrapped, right? And the new feature this year was Spotify would identify a city where most people listening to the same type of music and bands you would also find. If that city matches up with one of these cities, you're gold. Yeah, I mean, pack your bags today.
That makes a lot of sense though, because mine was obviously like punk and emo, which screams loneliness, and I live in Pittsburgh, and that's listed as one of the loneliest cities.
Move here. You can come over, drink Doritos vodka anytime. You're welcome. You won't be lonely. You'll always have a friend with the Brunch Breakdown in Pittsburgh.
Nobody can be lonely with Doritos vodka.
Where's a shirt?
That's TM. That's definitely a shirt right there. Oh God. Well, boys, let's get into music. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Let's do it. Since I left the podcast for a while, I will get things started. Justin Timberlake put out a new song, Selfish. I keep wanting to call it Jealous because he says jealous more than he says selfish in the song.
I know.
But Selfish is the name of the song, and it's just a smooth R&B song, really good. And then he performed a song last night on SNL with Toby and Igwe called Sanctified, and that song's incredible. Incredible. So hopefully that song is out in the next few days. I assume it may be out by the time we put out the list or whatever, but either way, those two songs are great. And so I'm on the train, new Justin Timberlake music. Let's go.
Dude, very excited. I was very nervous. We haven't really actually heard solo JT in a while, and Selfish is really good. But then, yeah, I watched that Sanctified performance on SNL. I'm like getting chills watching that performance. I hope it translates to the the recorded version as well as it did live, because it was hard. And I was like, this album is going to be fire. Welcome back. Justin
Yeah.
Timberlake. Very excited for that. Very excited for that. All right. First one up for me is from Jade Bird, team up with Mira Mesa. And she released a song called Burn the Hard Drive. And it's her first solo music in 2 years. I've been waiting a very, very long time to hear from Jade Bird. Love the sound of her voice. And this song and a lot of her upcoming music surrounds the end of a relationship, and which is kind of very obvious tone with the song title Burn the Hard Drive. It's a great it's a little bit of a sorrowful in terms of the lyrics, again, surrounding that topic, but just a great flow to the tune, and excited to hear more new music from Jade Bird.
Nice. All of my music is going to be sponsored by the Lovers and Friends tour. I had some other music planned, but you know what? It can wait. So my first one is going to be Jeremiah, I'm a Star. I absolutely love that song. When I was broke and trying to act cool, he had a song that was about being broke and trying to act cool, and I identified with that. So we're going to put that song on the playlist.
Oh man. So I talked about Saoirse and my basketball dreams for her being completely crushed. But one thing that did make me very happy is I was getting in the car to go to school, to take them to school, and I'm putting Major in in the car seat, and she's just like mumbling a song, and I'm like, sing louder. And then she's just like, she's like, sheesh, I said what I said. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Paint the Town Red by Doja Cat. Put it on the playlist.
Wow.
It just makes me happy when one of the things, like, of course I want my kids to be good people, but I really want my kids to like know good music. So if they go to jail and they have a really good taste in music, it's a win-win. It's okay. It's okay. Just want them to have a really good taste in music.
Is there a Kids Bop version of that song?
Yes, there is. Oh, there is, which we had to discover, because even the clean version of Paint the Town Red isn't great. It's just not great. Like, that's the problem. So we are big into Kids Bop as of literally this week. Kids Bop has become something big in our lives.
Fascinating. I almost want to hear that version, but
yeah,
I'm afraid it would ruin it.
It doesn't ruin it. It just takes some of the words that a 5-year-old doesn't need to be repeating. Like 11, fine. 5, no.
Yeah. Even I said what I said is dangerous in the brain of a 5-year-old.
Wow.
Like, Mom, I said what I said. Like, no. We can't do that. We can't do that. Next one up for me is from K-Flay. Even though we got a full album from her last year, we got this tasty little tune this past week called Carsick. And it's got this great synth and drums and guitar, like, driving pattern that really makes this song like kind of get stuck in your head. And as do most K-Flay songs, she's incredible. So check out Carsick.
Nice.
All right, in honor of Lil Wayne performing the Carter 3, I would like to put Let the Beat Build on the playlist this week.
Oof.
All right, that's all. There's nothing else that needs to be said.
Enough said.
God damn it. See, I'm about to, Vegas, May 4th. Who's coming with me? Like, starting to, because last song on the playlist, Grind on Me by Pretty Ricky.
Ooh.
Like, come on.
All time.
Come on.
All time.
Lovers and Friends Festival. I sing that one song and get out.
That's it.
Get out.
Last one for me. Didi, you missed the majority of my weirdest thing on the internet that we saw this week, and it had to do with Russell Crowe's indoor garden party / concert / sing-along / storytelling tour. And I mentioned that I did a little YouTube search just to see what it was like. And the very first video that I pulled up was a song. He was performing with this band, the Gentleman Barber, and Marsha Hines features singer on it, called Let Your Light Shine. And
stop.
I'm putting it on the playlist. I'm putting it on the playlist. Give me your thoughts. Send them to me. Ask DLCDan22. If I didn't tell you who it was, you might be like, okay, but check that one out. Our boy, Russell Crowe, brunch legend.
Can I tell you the one thing I was going to say about Russell Crowe? And that is, that's the kind of famous that I would like to be. Is just like to be this super famous actor. You made all this money, whatever. You live in you're not trying to like live in some big major city or anything. You live off the Gold Coast. Everybody knows you. You walk around like nothing's going on, and you just play these shows every once in a while with your band. And yeah, that's the kind of famous. I'm jealous of Russell Crowe's life. That's the kind of famous that would be freaking awesome.
I love
You're
it.
just like this. No, it's like, oh yeah, that's Russell Crowe's town. You're just at the place. You're just like, wait, is that Russell Crowe? And everybody's like, yeah, don't be weird. That's Russell Crowe. Duh.
Yeah.
It's like, or like, that's the guy that comes to the flower shop. Yeah, that's the guy that comes to the flower shop every Monday. Yeah, like I don't know.
Oh my.
Oh man.
All right, my last one. Mims. This is why I'm hot. This is why
Classic.
I'm hot. Because he identifies something very important. I'm hot because I'm fly. You ain't because you not. And I think like more people could learn from that.
That's very true. Life lessons.
Important life lesson.
Life lessons.
Yeah.
Life lessons. Man, dude.
For
Lovers
sure.
and Friends Fest. May 4th, guys. May 4th.
See you in Vegas.
Make it happen. See you in Vegas. Pretty Ricky's grind on me into friggin' 98 degrees. It's gonna be fire. And then Yin Yang Twins after that.
Love it.
Okay.
Love
Best goddamn best festival in the world. All right. Well, that was what we're listening to. Make sure you check out the playlist on Spotify and Sounds of Brunch. Tell Alexa, tell Siri to play the Sounds of Brunch. You'll get all of our music from the last 2 weeks, not just one, last 2 weeks. All right, boys. This was a good pod. Sorry I had to leave because for whatever reason, the internet and the Valley just decided to just die on me for whatever reason. Yeah. Any final thoughts on the Brunch Breakdown?
I think we've learned that if you live in one of these quote unquote loneliest cities in America and you really do feel lonely, just get yourself to Subway, get a couple of the Footlong cookies, and have yourself a nice little dinner party with your neighbors, your single friends. Divide that son of a bitch up, and you've got friends for life, I think. Russell Crowe might be one of them.
And that's the Brunch Breakdown. We're out.